Hey guys, so just made a video, bleeped out, gonna have to redo a bunch of it. But my first video's up. I erased some of this stuff and I rewrote some of it down. I'm gonna break this down again because that video got deleted. So, first, I want to give thanks out there to everybody who's trying, who's helping, and you know what? I want to give thanks out there to the rest of you guys who are just working and doing your job because it's what helpers do. I really had that last video going and he took it down and I don't like it. So we're gonna tackle it again. Remember, we're going to explain all of this with concepts through D&D. Why? Because it's not the stats in D&D that matter, it's the words. And with D&D, I can have fun with this. Now, I personally use Pathfinder. And the reason I use Pathfinder is because Pathfinder is an expanded version of 3.5. Honestly, the best system I've ever played with. I think I grew up playing GURPS. I don't exactly know what that means anymore because it's been forever. But D&D 3.5 gives the most expansive details in the process of this ancient technology that we just gave up on. So, angels are spiritual beings. What that means is they're concepts, so they're non-material. You can't grab them, you can't touch them. But they came down to teach humanity. At least a bunch of them did. What was it? Everyone wants to argue two-thirds. See, here's what they say. They say 2/3 of the heavenly host fell, but only 1/3 fell with Lucifer. Why? That's because him and his guys, they had their own job to do, and God's like, look, I know you're going to hate me, but I need you to do this job anyways. It's actually a huge, complex detail between that. We'll get into that at some point. Anyhow, so these watchers fell, and they were called watchers because they were supposed to watch over us, but then they began to lust after the women of men. And like I said, once again, this is Genesis 6:1. You don't even need to break out any more Bible technology than that, but you know, Book of Enoch's really helpful when you don't want to be lazy. So I know I got some words up here, but like I said, it was from a video that bleeped itself, and I'm mad about it, so screw it. I'll get to that later. Anyhow, I can kind of understand some of it. Actually, I understand so much of it. It's just getting it into a tangible sentence of words, and I really wish Babel hadn't been destroyed. But hey, guess what? People are stupid. So, spirits are concepts, right? Let's face it. Michael, justice, there's your concept. Lucifer, evil, concept, right? But like I said, wicked is good. Lucifer hated God because God didn't make the angels. Okay, we did. And in order to explain that, it's a lot of crap, by the way. Buttloads of crap. But that's why Lucifer was mad. He was envious because even though God created everything, God didn't create his own children. What he allowed is he allowed his children to create his children. And this is where backwards technology comes in. That's why I said everyone understands all of this backwards. It's like the rest of the world is neurodivergent, and I'm the only one who can see straight. It's really, 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 really irritating. And I'll explain why. And it's because backwards, right? Read everything backwards. You notice how Revelation is both in the beginning and the end of the Bible? Ooh, buddy. Wonder why. Euphrates River's drying up. Ooh, buddy. I wonder why. I hear the trumpets. Ooh, buddy. I wonder why. Anyhow, obviously everyone's afraid of Revelations. I'm not. I'm not afraid at all. Why? Because I spent my entire life praying to get this shit done. Because when Revelations happened, I wanted a backup plan. Because like I said, if God doesn't exist, then there's nothing there to stop us, right? Well, what if God exists And he gave us this ability to stop it. But it's not stopping, because they talk about the end of days. And what it is, it's the end of your understanding. The end of humanity's understanding. Shit, I'm at 5 minutes and I've literally rambled on about nothing. So, where do you want to go, guys? So you guys probably want to understand spirits, because everyone prays to spirits, right? Pagans believe in spirits. Pagans. Christians believe in spirits. I can't spell. Remember that? Right. You know who else believes in the spirits? I want to say the Wiccans, right? The Wiccans. Now, I've done a vast majority of this research. And what I've come to the conclusion of is because they talk about Bible not being the oldest religion. Well, of course it's not, because Constantine put the Bible together and therefore created a new religion. But the old religion, where they had the duality of gods, it was God and the Holy Spirit. Why? Because Jesus Christ, and if you read and understand the Bible, was the messenger of God, the first messenger of God. And when he came down and he actually preached the word, then angel became flesh, flesh died, blah, blah, blah. Whew, I want to get into that, but this part of the video is already too far gone. So I'll try to get that in the next video, because I do want to explain who Jesus actually was, because he blatantly told his own followers, you know not who I am. So we're going to get into knowing who he is. But first, we got to get this. So the pagans and the Wiccans, and some in my research, is the Wiccans believe that the angels are theirs. They believed that the angels were around long before Christians were. And I totally get that, right? The whole point of this is I understand, because I do my homework. Most of you guys do chores. You call them jobs at this point. I call them chores, because you're wasting your time on worthless memories to learn worthless skills, thinking that financial gain will save your soul. It won't, okay? That's why the poor woman who donated what little she had was more valuable than the rich man who donated more. Because it's not what you give, it's why you give it. Like I said, wicked is good. It's a concept, right? We go to war, and that's bad, but we do it for good reasons, okay? I got 2 minutes left, guys. So, Wiccans believe in the spirits. Pagans worship what we call the archons. But the archons are the children of the fallen watchers, called the Nephilim. And I love me some Nephilim. Because the Nephilim went to war. And the Nephilim didn't go to war. Well, they ate a bunch of humans, but that's not who they went to war with. They actually went to war with their dads. Right? Since it's the father, passed down to the son, so the sons attack the father, just like humanity attacks God. I think it's a 6 circle joke. It's a circle jerk. Okay, so my video is about ending here. I'm going to break down dragons, Nephilim, and Jesus in the next video. But I just wanted you guys to hear my ramblings for a minute, because I need you guys to catch into the process of all this, because it's not going to make a lot of sense to start with. In fact, I probably am not going to make a lot of sense to you guys. You think I'm on drugs? I'm not. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I took a vow of poverty a few years ago because I wanted my time to be dedicated to knowledge and learning. That's why we go to college, right? Anyhow, there are ways to learn without going to college, because college wants to teach you what they want you to know. I wanted to know what I wanted to know. Same reason why I didn't graduate high school. I learned, don't get me wrong, okay? Love you guys, love you teachers for teaching me. I love learning. But you guys wanted me to learn what you wanted to learn. I wanted to learn way more. Anyhow, video's about over. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Don't have too much fun.